How's the gaming? I'm Phil the Blanks. Welcome back to Let's Play Donkey Kong Land 2. We're in the Lost World. Jungle Jinx, let's do this. So unlike in Donkey Kong Country 2... Oh, this is the Bramble Scramble music. That's so weird. So the usual jungle music. I guess they had to cut stuff somewhere. And music definitely took a chunk. They cut out a lot of songs. Anyways, in the original Country 2, each separate world starting from World 2 had its own Clubber's kiosk and had its own level of the Lost World. It didn't really make a lot of sense in my opinion, because you went to the same place but you were only able to reach one level. It was very odd. In this, I think it makes a little bit more sense, where it's just here's all of Lost World, and it is a coherent world map. You go around and you make it to the boss. Oh, and also, all Creme coins are gone. We've used them all. So every bonus stage now has a DK coin, and there's one bonus stage per level. So this shouldn't take too long. I think there's only 5 stages anyways. And they're not particularly long. Animal Antics, the original final world from Country 2, which gave me a lot of trouble back when I played Country 2 for you guys back in, 2019, I think now, is completely redone and not nearly as difficult. So we shouldn't have any real trouble getting through this one. But this was just a basic, it's the jungle. They don't have the gigantic bouncing wheels either. It's kind of a shame that some of the more difficult elements of Country 2 were not able to put it in this one, which is, yeah, a huge shame. They were doing so good with not compromising with game gimmicks, or game mechanics, or whatever. But they kind of have to when you have to, but again, I will still say I'm very impressed with what they were able to pull off with this game. Jeez, he jumped right for my face. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, we already got the DK coin. We just need to get out. Ooh! A lot of spikes down there. No thank you. It is super odd that they're using the Sticker Brush Symphony song for this. I guess it's not really a jungle song. I think you could have used the Gusty Glade music. Or maybe the Bayou music. The Sticker Brush Symphony just feels very odd. I think it's because nowadays it's so iconic that you can only think of it as the Scramble Bramble Scramble level. But back then they were just well, we need to put a song here. We couldn't put the jungle music because there's only 3 jungle levels in the entire... I almost jumped right back in your face. Only 3 jungle levels in the game, so let's not bring that song in. I wonder whose decision it was to put Sticker Brush Symphony. Oh, doesn't really matter. Still a nice song. I'm actually really surprised how good the soundtrack is. That is Grant Kirkhope for you, though. Really great composer. I'm actually listening to a little bit of this on Black Eyes Battle. Nice. A little bit of this on the side while I work. I listen to soundtracks and podcasts while I work, because I work on a computer all day. And I loaded up this soundtrack the other day, and I was like, that's really good. Then I loaded up the Country 2 soundtrack. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot how amazing Country 2 sounds. But I'm still very impressed with this for being the Game Boy. The Game Boy has a very specific sound to it. It's similar, but not super similar to the original NES. There is definitely differences. If you listen to a lot of 8-bit stuff, you really do notice there is a difference. Ooh, something up there? Yes, at the bonus round. Okay, cool. Good stuff. Find the token. I wonder if it's down where the bananas point me. I'm just gonna skip all your crap, because I am Dixie. And I only have 10 seconds left, so... There we go. Yeah, there we go. Oof. Wow, I only had 3 seconds left, too. Jeez, they really expected you to go fast. Or maybe just to have Dixie and do what I did. Perhaps. I'm not sure. Not sure. Careful. A lot of friggin' clobbers around, I find. This game has a lot of them. There is a level completely about them as well in the Lost World. They did have to cut out a version of them. So in this version of the game, you can notice that it's just he comes out of a barrel and he attacks you for a second. Ooh, I'm gonna try the other side. That looks dangerous. And he kind of knocks you around a little bit, but he doesn't actually damage you. In Country 2, depending on the color, they'll do different things. And that's probably why they didn't add this, because they have no way to add color back then, because this is before the Game Boy Color, But there was a regular one, there was a red dynamite one that would explode if it touched you, and there was a weird demonic one that would actually every hit would take a life. Like a balloon would fall out of you and you'd lose a life. So you could sit there and be pummeled in a corner, and if you didn't do anything about it, you could lose multiple lives. And that's crazy to me. It's like, oh, you know, I lost a life. Oh, imagine sitting there and being like, oh, I lost 4 lives in this life. Like, ow, no thank you. Nope, I guess not coming down. I thought that was going to be another one up there, but no. A lot of just falling. Pretty much just avoid. Oh, there we go. That was fast. Take a quick swing. Fiery Furnace. Last fire level. Excuse me. Oh, she's there. Down he goes. This is another one I think they had to cut out. In Country 2, the barrels in this level were fully controllable by the player. There was a big directional pad on the actual barrel, and you had a timer, and you could literally move the barrel around. It was pretty neat. And then it would fire at the end of the countdown. Makes sense that they'd get rid of that too, I guess. I feel like they could have programmed it, but I don't know. It's neat, but maybe the screen crunch. Ooh, jeez. The screen crunch made it not really good, I guess. Maybe it didn't feel as good because you couldn't see as much. I have no idea. They brought back the balloons, I guess. All in all, I guess that means that the post-game content in this game just isn't up to snuff to the Super NES one, because Super NES one has all these unique ideas, and this one is just, we have to rehash old ideas because we couldn't put them in. It's kind of a shame. Kind of a shame. Oh, by the way, so yeah, I think everyone called this, but yeah, literally earlier today, friggin' Nintendo announced that they put Donkey Kong Land 3 on the Nintendo Switch Online. So, oh damn, I'm so excited I jumped off the cliff. And the thing is, I think everyone figured that out once the second one was also released, so hoping maybe Donkey Kong 94, or I really think what they're leading up to is Donkey Kong 64. It just makes the most sense, in my opinion. Ooh, that was close. Now, something I didn't know, I probably did a long time ago, but I completely forgot, but I didn't, it's as if I didn't know, basically. In Japan, they did actually have a colorized version of Land 3. Yeah! So, on the Japanese Switch, online, whatever, you can play Donkey Kong Land 3 in full color as a Game Boy Color game. Now, you can do that on your American Switch too. It's what I'll probably do. So all you have to do is just on your Switch have a Japanese account, which is easy. You just make up a new account. It says where you're from. You say Japan. Then you can download the Japanese version of all the online game apps, like the NES, SNES, N64, Game Boy, Genesis, and you'll get all the Japanese games. And that's fun because, like, there's a lot of fun games on the Japanese-only Switch Online. Like, there's a couple Fire Emblems that we never got here, and it annoys me that they'll never translate them and bring them out here. But stuff like this, it's like, it's Donkey Kong Land 3, but it's color. And there is a little bit of talking in that, so probably when I play Land 3, I'll probably just get it translated wrong, because I'm definitely playing it in color, but I also need to know what's going on, because there is, like, the bears that you can do the trading sequence with, and that kind of thing. There is actual, like, talkable story, and I don't want to miss that, just because, yes! Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've landed in the bonus barrel. That's really funny. But yeah, no, like I said, I think everyone kind of called it that they were gonna bring out Land 3, but it's nice. It's cool that people are actually kind of are talking about it a little bit. Because when Land 1 launched for the Switch Online, everyone's like, who cares? It's just Donkey Kong Country, but worse. And I'm just like, no, it's not. It's not that. It's a completely different game, and it's really worth playing. And an online guy I like to watch, he does these little things. He used to work at Game Trailers. Kyle Bossman, I think he's hilarious, and I really like watching his stuff, because his stuff, he rambles a lot. It's really funny to me. But he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders when it comes to game news and stuff like that. But then he made it was an off joke. You can tell it was just like a haha, I'll make a silly joke, and it was just how Donkey Kong Land is just basically nothing, not worth playing. I liked how enough people got on him about that the very next week he was like, apparently people think it is worth playing. So I basically take it back. He made another joke about it because he's also basically a comedian. But I just thought that was funny. It was like everyone kind of also feels like I do, that it absolutely is worth playing. It's not just a black and white garbage version of Country. Especially considering Donkey Kong Country also did get a full-fledged port for the Game Boy. So, I mean, color, technically, but still. That one I'm probably not playing for the channel. I mean, it is basically just... What I'm probably going to do, this is a while from now, I want to do Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Advance with a color mod. There's a patch that you can change the colors, because it looks fine for the Game Boy Advance, but its colors are really, like, saturated, because it's for the Game Boy Advance. And that was before the SP, so it really had to push its color on the not backlit screen of the original Game Boy Advance. And, basically, it looks kind of weird when you're emulating it, or if you're playing it on like a backlit screen. The colors look really weird. But there is a patch that you can get, and it applies the original game, like the Super NES version's colors to it, and it is crazy how not indistinguishable, but like it's very, very good. It's very impressive. Like with a quick look, without paying attention to the like the screen size, it would be very easy to make a mistake and think this was the Super NES version. So when I play the Game Boy Advance version of Donkey Kong Country, that's probably how I'm going to do it. And I might do like how I did with Donkey Kong Land 1, where the last 2 or 3 minutes of the episode be like, this is what it looks like on the Game Boy Color. And that way you guys kind of get to see it. Because it's one of those things where, like, I personally like replaying games on multiple machines because I like seeing the difference. Like, I'm the guy who will be like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something. Like, Dragon Quest, actually. I played Dragon Quest on like 6 different friggin' versions. And there's a new version coming out next year, and I can't wait for it. Because I like seeing the evolution of consoles in a similar and in a single game. But at the same time, I'm just like, well, I'm not going to do that with you guys. Like, I'm not going to play, like, alright, here's, like, I didn't play Link's Awakening on Game Boy, only to then immediately play it on Game Boy Advance, or Game Boy Color. That'd be silly. But I would like to at least show it off for a second, to kind of, that way you can see it. So, yeah. It's like how, this is a bit of a spoiler, I guess, for one of my Christmas Let's Plays. But I'm Let's Playing, I was not paying attention. I'm Let's Playing, Home Alone 2 for the Super NES, for one of my Christmas Let's Plays this year. And I had to go, and I'll be like, am I playing the Sega Genesis version? Am I playing the Super NES version? I think there's a Master System version, and there is an NES version. I'm playing the Super NES version because I think it's the best version of a not great game. But at the same time, I was like, I could play the NES version, it's very short. But I'm like, no, they don't want to see me play the same game just with worse graphics. I am a kind of guy who likes to do that. I'll probably end up playing like all 3 or 4 versions if there is a Master System version, while I'm practicing, just because I like doing that, because I'm weird. But I'm not going to make you guys see that. Though, I might do the whole, here, I'll play through the Super NES 1, and here's like 2 minutes of the NES word so you can really see the difference. Anyways, I've rambled a lot. This is Analantics. In the original Country 2, it is, I think you play as all of the animals, and you later on become Squawk, so you go to a bramble level, and it's absolutely brutal because there's wind as well. They do not have that part in this game, and I'm so thankful for it. I actually don't even know if you play as every animal either. I know you play as Squitter, obviously, because I'm him. I think you play as Radley. Maybe as Rambi as well. I'm not sure on that one. Pretty sure you don't play as Squawks because you don't have a lot of room. It's not a vertical level. By the way, you can shoot your web down. It's kind of hard to do while making a platform, but you can do it, and you kind of need to here. We need to get a bonus room that is at the bottom of this area right down here. Ooh, I don't think I made it very well. Ooh, maybe I can jump it. Ooh, I can't believe I pulled that off, especially because I hit the wall. I thought I'd just fall. So hooray for that. Last bonus round of the game, and it's just a web slinging thing. Does that say something? Was that words? Was I reading words? Is it an N? Or is it just like a path? Yeah, it's just a pathway. Not like a... No, I guess I can't like say thank you. I guess it could have said TK. Oop. Oh no. I'm back here. Oh, I gotcha. You didn't know the height of my jump to reach that. And there we go. Last bonus round and the last DK coin in the game. Oh, sorry. No. Last bonus round that has a DK coin. We get the last DK coin, the 40th one, when we fight King K. Rool, Captain K. Rool, one last time. So now we're Radley. The Radley section is fairly easy. Just jump where the bananas are. Pretty simple. Oh, I just friggin' noticed. My lives are back to 5. Probably because when I beat the game, it kicks me out of the game and I need to reselect it from the file select. That's garbage. I just noticed that. And specifically it was because I noticed my Prem coin, my banana coins were so low. I guess it doesn't matter now. I mean, we're right there. We're at the end. Crocodile Core. So this is similar to the way it was in Country 2, where you only have to hit K. Rool once, and that's the very end of all these volleys. But you don't get the really cool, like, mist that makes you go back and forth, like, or like changes your directions on your control pad or anything like that. It's just a bunch of cannonballs. Also, again, they really didn't have a cool background, which is such a shame, because in Country 2 it was inside of the core or whatever. Oh, neat, there's a DK barrel in case I lose someone halfway through the battle. But yeah, it's this cool background of inside the volcano, and it's like all James Bondy kind of looking friggin' secret lair with energy emitting everywhere. It was really neat. This is just, it's the fireplace. Oh, the DK barrel went. That's fine. Remember here, make sure to jump over them when the spike ball is low, and then you can just ignore kind of the bottom cannonball. We're pretty much there. I think this is it. That's it. Perfect. Just grab this. Make sure to grab it and throw it at him. And we are done. Donkey Kong Land 2 officially forevers. Oh, we get to see the whole island, I guess, be destroyed. I guess. DK's there. Pretty cool. This actually was in Country 2. And you get a little victory. La, 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 la. There we go. 40 DK coins. This is Video Game Heroes. Huzzah. I like how they still have Yoshi there. And Mario. That's cute. And then it's pretty much just the same ending as before. So if you have already seen the ending, feel free to go and you can be on your day, I guess. But yeah, no, that was Donkey Kong Land 2, the full game, and I really appreciate everyone who stuck through it, and you know, I'm just happy when people can join me for these types of games that aren't as popular as like the big main ones. You know, when I play a Zelda game, a lot of people tune in. You play a main Mario game, a lot of people tune in, but like a Game Boy Donkey Kong, it's like, I don't know if a lot of people will watch that, but it's always nice when people stick by it. I hope the people who joined, I had a lot of subscribers when I played Zelda 1. Like, literally, last month was the most subscribers I had ever gotten in a single month ever on the channel's history. And it's pretty much because of Zelda 1. And I'm really hoping that they're not like, oh crap, now I'm playing a crappy Game Boy game. I always feel bad when someone subscribes because of a certain game I play. And it's like, I play so many weird kind of retro games. And I play so many of them that I'm always worried, like, because nowadays I find a lot of Let's Players and streamers are very focused on a single game or genre. Like I'll only play roguelikes or I'll only play RPGs. I'm just like, I play a little bit of everything other than like sports games. And even then I've technically played some of those. So I always wonder if I get a subscriber who's just like, oh, I was hoping he only played like Zelda or Zelda type games, or, well, yeah, that's what you thought, sorry. But you know, hope you keep watching. Still like doing these things. Nothing new here, really. All the enemies are the same. You didn't get any new enemies by beating the game, by going to a Lost World or anything like that. And it's funny because it still has Clubba. I guess if you get this version of the ending, you must have seen Clubba. But he's not like a bad guy in this version because he's not a boss. But whatever. I still wonder why they did that. I wonder if it's just because the sprite was too big and they couldn't make an adequate like boss out of it. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a weird one to me that they cut out. I would have thought they would cut up the sword, to be honest, if they were going to cut one out. But to be honest, in original Country 2 was probably the worst boss anyways, was Clubba. I don't know, I never thought he was very fun. He just bounces, and then if you're somewhat in range, he'll smack you with a club. Like, it was fairly boring. So, I guess I'm glad that they got rid of him, because he was the worst boss in the game. So, I don't know. But yeah, oh, that reminds me. So this is my final full game Let's Play with multiple episodes for the year. I will be taking my usual December break like I do every year. We will be doing 2 Christmas Let's Plays, one of which I've already spoiled from this episode. And that'll be it. There might be a thing, and I highly doubt it's going to happen because it's December. If for whatever reason the Switch 2 is announced and revealed, then I'll do my reaction to that. We just don't know what's going to happen. I was going to say if it was going to be 2024, it'd be November. But now that it's December, I really don't think they're going to do it this year. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Watch that age like friggin' milk, and it's going to be like literally tomorrow or something. But personally, I don't think it's going to be this year. But at this point, it means I only have 2 more episodes to record for the end of the year, and then we'll have my next thing will be my 2025 update on January 1st. So huzzah! I can't believe a year's gone by. But anyways, with that, hey, thanks so much for joining me. Not just for this game, but thanks for joining me this year. 2024 was a blast. I'm Fill in the Blanks. I'll see you next level. Oh, and just in case, we want to make sure, yep, 40 DK coins, 0 Creme coins because we got rid of them all. 100%. 2 hours, 18 minutes. Awesome.
Thank you so much for watching this playthrough, and remember to hit that subscribe button to see what I'll play next. Big thanks to my patrons who are supporting me, it means a lot. If you'd like to support my channel, share my videos with some friends, or consider visiting my Patreon page.